So just yesterday, we got the official reveal of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch themed OLED that we knew, according to multiple leaks that were spotted online, that the thing was likely real and in production because we saw symbols that Nintendo hadn't promoted up to that point in time from the leaked images, but there were still some questions around it. People weren't quite sure if it was indeed a real console, and now that we have the final answer around it being confirmed from Nintendo, there are many people left wondering how to find this thing and not pay scalper prices, because let me tell you, it is already being sold online on resale websites like eBay at scalper prices. And in today's video, we're going to walk through some of the exact ways that you can hunt down this thing at retail price at or before launch day right now. What's up, Nation? If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you join Sunbro Nation by subscribing below. Hit the like button on this video if you enjoy it today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming news. Now, as mentioned, guys, today we are discussing the latest reveal for the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom OLED, and specifically how to find one without paying inflated prices, because anytime some kind of high demand item comes out, you know that the strategy is out there to buy up as many as you can, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't just buy one from themselves, they buy many and hope to resell and make profit off of these things. And we are already seeing that take place with the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom OLED edition. However, there is some good news, because while some retailers have already gone live with their initial pre-orders, not everyone has at the time of filming this video, and you may have still some hope to get in on wave one of certain retailers, although many big ones like Target, Best Buy, and GameStop have all already gone live. And I believe at the time of filming this video, we are still waiting on Walmart and Amazon in terms of giant retailers, especially here in the US region, that haven't done their initial pre-order wave. And that goes for both the console and the Nintendo Switch Pro controller that was announced as well, which looks incredible, by the way. I'm a fan of the design of both. Not the biggest fan in the world of the green on the Joy-Con on the Switch Special Edition, but I will be playing this thing on the OLED with the Pro controller themed around the game, and I'm very excited to get my hands on it myself. I was fortunate enough to get in on the Best Buy Wave 1 drop, and that is where we will kind of start the topic of today's video, which is the fact that a lot of these retailers, while some of them have already gone through with initial pre-orders, they will have restock waves sporadically, and you will have to watch for these. And the step one and most important step for the entire video as far as how to stay up to date and how to figure out who to watch for in terms of restock is to create a Twitter account. Go follow me while you're over there. I'm not the one that I'm going to claim to have all of the drops at the precise time that they go live, but rather I'll have 3 different accounts that I highly recommend following that will tweet out these things. So what you need to do is create a Twitter account, and you need to follow the 3 accounts listed in the description. The first one is Wario64. You will get a lot of notifications. You have to make sure to turn notifications on. That is a very important step. Even if you're not a Twitter fan and don't use it regularly, create an account just for this purpose and have your notifications set for these stock accounts that I will be going over. Wario64 will tweet out just about anything game related or even anime related that drops on a sale or just a brand new restock. Then you also have Jake Randall, who's been doing all of these restock trackings throughout the years with PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and just yesterday he went live with a stream while people were attempting to buy the Zelda OLED, and he also retweets a lot of the different stock accounts and his own findings around when restocks happen. And lastly, there is Restock Track that is tweeting out every time any major retailer goes live. I've even seen them tweet out some from Game over in the UK, so I do believe that they are doing multiple regions around the world in terms of the restock for this Zelda Tears of the Kingdom OLED. That goes for the controller as well, and even the carrying case. So if you're wanting any of these items, that again is the most important step, is to create a Twitter account and follow those accounts and have your notifications on. The step 2, and a very important practice that you will also want to do, is create an account ahead of time with any of the major retailers that you might be shopping at. So you would want to go over to Target, Walmart, Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon, GameStop even, and create an account and have a payment information already saved and on file. And hopefully if you're shopping on your phone, you stay logged in through your phone browser, or if you're on your computer, you would want to then log in through your computer browser or even the individual apps for those retailers, because when there is a high demand item, oftentimes things crash online and you can't get your purchase to go through. So if the link that you click doesn't work, you might have to go through the app and search for it and attempt to purchase it that way, because technology is not perfect when there is a high demand item. And yes, you do see bots and scalpers trying to buy up everything, and that pushes out some regular everyday people that are just trying to buy it for their Zelda collection, which I am one of those, so I definitely empathize with you if you're still on the hunt right now. But do that ahead of time, have your payment information already registered with all of those retailers, so when a restock does happen, you will be able to hop in and quickly make your purchase and not waste any time doing so. Now, one thing that may be worth trying at this point in time, if you haven't already, is just calling your local GameStops, because while all of the major retailers have stocked this thing once with the wave 1 of pre-orders online, with the exception of Walmart and Amazon at the time of filming this video, GameStop did something different. To my knowledge, they did in-store only reservations, meaning you couldn't order online. So chances are, if you are in a more rural town, or maybe your GameStop's just not the busiest around, or if you're willing to drive to a few different GameStops that might be located nearby you, you may very well be able to secure one just as a walk-in reservation, depending on how many each GameStop has set aside for launch day for their pre-order stock. And that would be a step 1 to try if you don't want to just sit here and wait around for potential restocks for some of these retailers, and also for the wave 1 of certain retailers to stock the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom themed OLED. The last big thing to be aware of with this entire stock tracking situation is we will likely see a lot of these retailers get pre-order restock of this thing relatively soon. We might see Best Buy get a wave 2 in a day or two of new pre-order stock. We might not see it happen for another week. The point is, it's sporadic, but a lot of times you do see additional waves of pre-orders become available as the stores get to catch up with everything and they get additional inventory moved to them from Nintendo. Speaking of Nintendo, not sure if their direct fulfillment website will be selling this thing, but it's worth keeping an eye on that store as well. And I will have all of these major retailers and the Twitter accounts to follow linked in the description down below. You will want to check periodically as we lead up to the launch window. And the last and major tip is that if you miss out on all of the pre-orders and you just cannot find one in the lead up to April 28th, which is when this console will launch, you will want to call around to local retailers or just show up there very early in the morning on launch day. That is essentially your last ditch effort to pick up this thing at launch and not pay a scalper price, because likely many, if not all of the retailers will not only have some pre-order stock set aside that they've been selling so far, but they will also have day 1 launch inventory, which is what you will want to walk in and hopefully secure if you are able to physically make it to those locations on April 28th on launch day. Now, to clarify, it is only the Nintendo Switch themed OLED that launches on April 28th, and the controller and carrying case will launch alongside of the game on May 12th, when of course we will actually be able to play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which is fantastic. But be aware of that. Don't try to go into the stores on the 28th for the controller, because they won't have that there that day. But likely, if you missed all the pre-order waves and nobody else is selling it at retail price at that point in time, it is worth it to try to go into your local retailers, probably starting with stores like GameStop and Best Buy and maybe even Walmart on launch day. Walk in and see the kind of stock that they have, or call ahead of time right when they open to see if it's worth making a trip up there. But those are really everything that you will want to do and steps you want to take to try to track this thing down at a retail price. I know it's frustrating to find stock of these things when they go live and when bots are trying to buy them up and people are trying to resell them in bulk, but that is the world we live in 2023 when trying to track down new high demand technology. I am personally very excited to get my hands on a Nintendo Switch OLED. I will be unboxing one here on the channel when I do get it in hand, so make sure you're subscribed for that, turn on your bell notification, and most of all, follow the channel for daily Nintendo news updates, as this was kind of a fun one-off video to revisit the restock conversation, because for those of you who don't know or don't remember, it's actually something I did in the very beginning of Sunbro Nation, this channel. over a couple years back, shortly after the PS5 launched. But I want to hear from you guys at this point in the video, all your thoughts and feelings and opinions around the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom OLED. Will you be tracking down one yourself? What do you think of the overall look and design of the console? How do you feel about the Pro controller? Because I'm personally very hyped for that. Are you getting the carrying case too? Because I ended up just throwing it in the cart and adding it as well when it came online for pre-order. And what has your experience been trying to capture this thing so far, if you are indeed on the hunt to track one down? So regardless of your thoughts and feelings on everything we talked about today, I do look forward to hearing from you all in the comments down below before you leave the video, as I do look forward to getting a back and forth conversation started with you all around this topic. Go watch yesterday's video next if you haven't already, which is on screen right now. Also make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.